you know how to find the presence of Yah? Or we just stumble into his living room? Hi, this is Barry Phillips, a 10-minute Torah, day 2 of Vayetzi. We continue today in Bereshit, or Genesis, chapter 28, and pick up where we left off yesterday, beginning with verse 11, and just reading a bit, which says, "And he, Yaakov, he came upon a place and stopped over for the night, for the sun had set, and he took one of the stones of that place, placed it at his head, and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed and saw a ladder set up on the earth, and its top reached to the heavens, and saw messengers of Elohim going up and coming down on him. And so Yahweh stood above it and said, I am Yahweh, Elohim of Abraham your father, the Elohim of Yitzhak. The land on which you are lying, I give it to you and your seed. Your seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and you shall break forth to the to the west and to the east, the north and the south. And all the clans of the earth shall be blessed in you and in your seed. See, I'm with you. I shall guard you wherever you go, and shall bring you back to this land, for I am not going to leave you until I have done what I've spoken to you." Now it gets interesting, for he says, "And Yaakov awoke from his sleep and said, Truly Yahweh is in this place, and I did not know it. And he was afraid and said, How awesome is this place? This is none other than the house of Elohim, Bet El, and this is the gate of the heavens, Sha'ar HaShamayim." Stumbling into the presence of the Most High. There have been those occasions where the intention was to strap on a guitar, sing a few songs prior to speaking his word. And in the midst of the strumming, it's like heaven opens up, the glory comes down, and it's not because of the technique on the strings nor the quality of the vocals. It's just a divine encounter of him that we had not necessarily, maybe we hoped for it, was open to it, but had not thoroughly anticipated, at least not to the level that he shows up. The next time you stand and you think, okay, let's try this again, and it just doesn't work the same way. It's good, but it's not like it was. There are those moments of divine encounter. You're reading the word, and the word is no longer just something you're looking at on the page, but it jumps off the page and gets up into your spirit, and you have one of those whoa moments. When did they put that in there? Same thing in prayer, the same thing. Just driving down the road in your automobile, and it's like, yeah, I'm suddenly aware that you're in this car with me. And how do we get here? It's not as if there is a mechanical formula and pattern that we know I can do these steps, and the automatic end result is this incredible encounter of the Most High. It just doesn't work that way. Religions have come up with their formulas and their liturgies and their formats, all in an effort to do it right so he shows up. And then we worship the format more than the one that we're trying to seek. Another subject, another time. The word here is used vayivka, and it means to happen upon or come by a place by chance, maybe even stumble upon. It wasn't as though that when Yaakov left home that his initial destination was, well, I'm going to go there to go to the next point to get to the next point. It wasn't as if he had mapped out his journey intentionally seeking to get to this place that he is at in this setting. It's as if he just kind of happens to be there. What happens to us, those chance encounters, those moments like, I really don't know why I'm here. He does. He does, and he's orchestrated things, and he's led you to those divine encounters, divine appointments, we call them. And we don't understand how it all just happens, but it does. And he gets honor and glory out of it. The key is to recognize when these moments happen and then to make yourself the most available you know how at that particular moment. Uh, it comes upon the place, Hamakom. He says that Yah is in Hamakom, this place. And then he says the name of Hamakom, this place, is Bet El, or Bet Elohim. And then he says the house of Yah is the Sha'ar Hashemayim. It is the portal, the gateway. You want to get real scientific sci-fi, it's the stargate of the earth. But it's even more. The root of this word is chom, a kof, a vav, and a mem, and it means to rise up. This is a place of elevation. Yah wants to meet us in order to elevate us. He's not wanting to meet us to beat us up, cast us down, step on us, or hit us with a lightning rod. It's the place where the nephesh, the very soul, the inward being of a man, is able to rise up. The offering that we present before him, according to Leviticus chapter 1, is the Olah, O-L-A-H. The Olah means an elevation offering, a whole offering, a burnt offering, a consumed offering. It's nothing left. It is all given up to him completely. And so this is where man elevates himself by giving himself up, by yielding himself, by submitting himself to the will of the Most High. And this, I believe, is where Yitzhak had been placed on an altar by Abraham earlier as a living offering, a Korban Chai. So we understand that this chance encounter was not so much a chance as all, but rather the leading, guiding, and directing of Yah as he was there saying, come on, keep going, keep moving, a little to your right, a little to your, keep this way. And he brings him in to this place where he wants to meet with him. For the place, the Hamakom, it's where Yah's throne is, the place of his authority and his leadership. It's the place of his presence. It's where his identity is revealed. He says later, this is my footstool. It's where his name is inscribed. And this is the most contested piece of ground on the entire face of the earth. Nations are at war over borders and how they are arranged, and ideologies and religions, and they're fighting all back and forth. But if you really want to know what man is focused on, if it were all really leaked out, if all of the agendas of mankind were exposed, ultimately, at the end of it all, it's who controls the Temple Mount. At present, thankfully, our brother Yehuda, our Jewish family, they're making the most of opportunities to go up regularly, especially on Sundays, and after Shabbat is over, and going up and praying. And they have gone secretly praying and prayer walking and reading Psalms quietly, to lying out prostrate on their face before him and worshiping, to dancing and singing. And these bold people are pressing the spiritual and religious and legal envelopes for a reason. They're seeking the Most High. They're trying to, as Yaakov did, find the stairway that reaches into the heavenlies and make vital contact with him who's at the top of the stairway. I applaud them, we pray for them, we encourage them, and we seek to join them. The word says that in the last days that his house will be a place of prayer for all nations. We all want to get there. We all need his presence. We all need to find the place and kneel at his throne and hear what he has to say to us. For it is indeed not just happened upon, but our destiny. I hope to see you again tomorrow. To then, shalom.